Hello again, everybody. Thank you for watching the video and seeing what's going on in my creative detour. I promised a few weeks ago that I would show the banner that I was working on. My mother and I think I mentioned once before that I do craft with my mother once a week via video because she lives in another state of Australia. And over the last month or so, we've been working on a Christmas banner. And we managed to get hers finished a couple of weeks before Christmas. And then I ran out of time because I was busy doing other things, working and finishing up some other projects that I promised. I didn't end up getting my banner finished until just before Christmas. So it's not being used this year. I might end up giving it away, but I might hang it up next year. I'm not sure. But I just thought I would jump on and show you what it turned out like. First of all, I'll show you the collection that I used. It is a uniquely creative collection, and it's called A December to Remember. This was a collection that they put out in Christmas 2023, and in the Boxing Day sales last year, being Boxing Day sales 2023, I picked up a couple of kits for myself and a couple for my mother, and then we worked on it in November and December of 2024. So I'm not sure whether you've seen this collection. Like I said, it is an older collection. It's no longer available directly from Uniquely Creative, which is where I purchased my stock from. It has been discontinued or put out of stock, so you may be able to find it somewhere else on eBay or people selling theirs off. But it's a lovely collection. It's quite cute. It's got gnomes in it, and it's very bright and colourful. I don't have all of the sheets, but I will just quickly go through it just in case you haven't seen it. So this is one of the pages. It's called The Spirit of Christmas. You can see that I have definitely cut into that. This one is Hang the Decorations. Lovely florals in this one. And then on the back, a blue hexagon. This page here, to all the good night, and it has sort of like a jute or twine effect on it, and then this lovely silhouette kind of effect of some buildings and of Santa. Then on the back it has sort of like a natural Hessian-y kind of look. This one's called Making Moments, and on the back it has a knitted cotton or wool effect. This one, Twas the Night, and then script on this side. And this one is gift wrapped, and it's got lots of little characters that my mother and I ended up fussy cutting out this whole page and using some of that. And then a wood grain on the back. And then it's got another page called Christmas Shopping, and some border strips on the back. And then another cut apart called To You From Me, with some elements that you can cut out. And then kind of like a cookie kind of gingerbread theme on the back. So that was the 12 by 12. I also picked up a set of 6 by 6 for both of us. It has everything scaled down, but it also has a few things in there that much smaller scale, and it's single-sided. I didn't end up using very much of that. There was a few pages in here that were not in the 12 by 12, which we can see here, and I have used it for different things. I also picked up a Creative Cuts ephemera pack for both of us, and we did definitely use some of these. So let's get on to looking at the actual banner. The banner is quite long. It has 9 panels, and we handmade each panel. Um, I'm sorry, I'm just reaching for a ruler so I can measure it for you. And each flag or panel on the is approximately 19.5 centimeters. For those that don't use metric, it's 7.75 inches high, and it's 15.2 centimeters wide, which is 6 inches. So each one is a decent size, and I did end up doing it so that it has a start and a finish. So I'll just maneuver this. You can see that I kind of bookended these 2 pages or sheets so that it sort of started the banner and ended the banner. But let's have a little look. It's very difficult to actually show this, but so you can see here that we backed the back of it in plain red cardstock. It has holes going through it, and at the end we made a little cluster of ribbon and handmade flowers. And then this die set here of piece is from Paper Rose, as is the Wishes one, and it's currently available. I do know that Peace and Wishes die. We also used quite a bit of Stella, and we also used glossy accents on picking up quite a bit of the detail in the imagery. And you can see that I just grouped different things together. It is double mounted, so the banner itself is made out of chipboard, and it actually is just chipboard that we get on the back of our paper or on the back of our cardstock. So I've just cut up those sheets, and then we've inked them with some distress ink. We actually used vintage photo distress ink, and inked the sides of the chipboard, and then we mounted it with a white and then a gold, and then we put the cardstock called DSP on it and decorate it. So that's the first flag. Then the second flag, it matches at the other end. I'll show you that one just quickly so you can see that those 2, this has joy, this has love, but we'll come to that in a moment. I just cut out a gold circle, die cut a gold circle, then I die cut some of that hexagon paper that's in the collection, and these are part of the cut aparts that are from it. I tied a little bit of ribbon on it, and we've put a few gemmies on, and the rest has got some Stella and some glossy accents on it. The next page does coordinate at the other end as well. You can see that there's a festive. So here we've got some of the ephemera items. This one here, this cluster of flowers, and this is some of the tags that we've cut out of the paper, and Fussy cut out some leaves and some gifts. And in the background there, I'm not sure whether it's picking it up or not on the camera, but you can see that there is a doily that I die cut just in the background, and in behind it is that paper that has a little bit of the hessian-y kind of look on it. The next one has a gnome, and it coordinates with this one. So we've got Mr. Gnome and Mrs. Gnome. And I'll just move these over as best I can so that we can kind of get these into the shot. So I have Mr. Gnome here. Once again, just cut out different paper and layered it on top, cut out some of the elements, used some of the ephemera. We fussy cut out these elements here and just layered them up, put some gemmies on and some glossy accents. And this little owl one here in the middle with the hessian on the background, it's the center because it's got, as I said, it's got 9 flags. So this is flag in the middle, flag number 5, and it's just, this is actually comes in the ephemera, the most wonderful time of the year. And we've just layered up some paper here and some of the ephemera and fussy cut out some of the elements, and then put Winkestella and glossy accents again. So you can see that it does sort of have a start and a stop story. So we move on to Mrs. Gnome. Very similar to the other one, but just using a few different elements. And this one here. Once again, actually this one has, we've used a die from, it's an envelope die. I'm not sure whether you can see it in the background there. And there's some tags tucked into the envelope. The envelope die is from Paper Rose. We just used it, and there's that doily. And then on the back of the next one, we have once again the gold circle with the decorative circle die cut on top. A little bit of ribbon that's just made into a double bow and then pushed in, and lots of Winkestella and glossy accents. And the last panel has the ending of the story and wishes on it, and it just says Christmas. We just fussy cut out some this Christmas here and used the die, wishes die from Paper Rose. You can see that once again I've put quite a lot of gemmies on here to give it dimension, and it ends with another one of those clusters, and we'll tie up on the wall. So that's the Christmas banner. I may do a tutorial next year as the year goes on for 2025. I may try and do a tutorial of another one with a different collection. So if you liked the banner and you would like to know the dimensions of it and how I put it together, just comment below showing your interest, and yeah, I can work on doing some sort of tutorial to show you how I made it and give you the dimensions of it. So there it is there. Hopefully it fits into the view, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos and giving me a like if you like the video. So thanks again, and I will check in with you again very soon with some other project shares that I've got. Thanks again, and Happy New Year.